All right, so both players keep their opening 7. Paul has Pendelhaven and Lawnmower Elf. We took this matchup because Paul is playing for his tournament life at this point. Barry playing for a likely seat in the top 8. Now, Barry has the pair down, so it might not be a guaranteed seat because of his breakers. They're not the greatest, obviously. So, Barry has Inspiring Vantage. What is this going to be his turn 1 play? He's got something, obviously. He's playing Burn. Searing Blaze in hand is a good one, though. I will say that. Lava Spike is where Barry will start things off here. Puts Paul to 17 immediately. Paul will untap. Land, Elvish Archer. That's going to be a great Searing Blaze target. Yep. And yep. Away goes that Searing Blaze. Away goes the Arc Druid. Paul now at 14. Essentially had his turn 2 negated out there by that Searing Blaze. So, good play on both sides. Shaman. No, that's Imperious Perfect. All right, there we go. There it is there. The 3 mana 2/2. It's also an Elf Lord, but you're able to pay a green and tap it to make a 1/1 green Elf Warrior creature token. Okay, Barry has a Goblin guy he's going to go with here. Going to come in for 2. Trigger is going to reveal a Nettle Sentinel on top of the library. That's just going to sit where it is, obviously. I don't imagine this Perfect is blocking. That would be very strange. Sure enough, Paul going to go to 12. Now, I believe Barry has in hand a copy of Boros Charm. Oh, wow. Wow. So I think the rest of Barry's hand is Boros Charm and Skullcrack. Oh, man. Nettle Sentinel and Heritage Druid is going to be a bunch of mana here. 4 mana is a Collected Company. Okay. Paul here trying to decide which 2 he wants. Paul's at a virtual 6. He's dead to a land from Barry. Paul obviously doesn't know that. Arc Druid's good. He's got potential here for 3 more mana. But he's going to have 3 mana, assuming there's another elf in there. I saw at least a Visionary, which is going to be the case. I don't know if he has anything else to do with 3 mana, but Barry's still at a very, very healthy 20. And I think Barry's game plan here should just be everything to the face. I don't care what you have in play. I'm just going to go everything to the face. If you have a Zuri, you have a Zuri. Sort of thing. Paul tanking hard here on this this Coco. All I can see is a Visionary, but I don't know what else his other choices could be. There's a Shaman in there. You tanking on Shaman? Does that line up lethal for next turn? I think it does. I think Shaman gives lethal for the following turn if Barry doesn't find a land. Or a 1-drop burn spell. Barry can find either Lightning Bolt, Lava Spike, any land. Okay, he decides on the Shaman, so that'll be 6 points. Barry falls to 14. Again, we have 3 more mana. All right, 2 Rift Bolts going at Paul. Paul's at 6. Barry, what do you got? Do you find one of your outs? No, Eidolon is not an out. Can he survive now? Okay, so there's 2 lords in play. So Perfect's a 3/3. Heritage Druid, Lana Warelf, they're also 3/3. Sentinel's a 4/4. So that's what, 3, 6, 9, 12, 6, 12, 17, 21 damage. Yeesh. 6 mana here. That's going to take away 3 of the damage. Yeah. Cord and Cord are going to find 2 shamans. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be enough. And the CMC on Cord is 5, of course, so it's not going to trigger the... Or 6 in this case, sorry. And yep, second Cord will be enough. He's got enough for all that, right? Yeah, he does, so... Alright, so Paul with a pair of Quarter Callings will take down this first game. Yeah, Barry showing I had you dead, I just needed a land. So heading into game 2, let's take a look here at sideboards. Barry, 2 Stony Silence, 3 Grafdigger's Cage, 3 Destructive Revelry, 2 Reign of Gore, 2 Rest in Peace, and 3 Leyline of Sanctity. Yes, I said that. So let's see. Stony Silence is a no. Grafdigger's Cage, yes. Destructive Revelry is going to be a no, I imagine. Reign of Gore, no. Rest in Peace, no. Leyline, no. Barry, what are you grabbing 6 cards for, buddy? What are you doing? What you got there? What are you bringing in? Oh, actually, you know what? He might be bringing in... all right. What's the wording on this? Yeah, all right. I think Barry's also bringing in Leyline of Sanctity. All right, so on Paul's side of the field, we have 2 Abrupt Decay, 1 Path to Exile, 1 Thoughtseize, 1 Fracturing Gust, 1 Burton Forge Tender, 1 Selfless Spirit, 1 Kataki War's Wage, 1 Scavenging Ooze, 1 Kitchen Finks, 1 Phyrexian Revoker, 2 Chameleon Colossus, 1 Spellskite, and 1 copy of Eternal Witness. On my Elves side, Abrupt Decays, I don't know if he knows how good they are because Barry also plays Bridge, but that is a good inclusion here, I think. Path to Exile, no. Thoughtseize, no. Fracturing Gust, no. Burton Forge Tender, yes. Selfless Spirit, probably not. Kataki War's Wage, no. Scavenging Ooze, yes. Kitchen Finks, yes. Phyrexian Revoker, no. Chameleon Colossus, no. Spellskite, yes. Eternal Witness, no. Again, Barry really needs, like... If he gets a bridge, he's in a great spot. Bridge is a good one. More of those answers, more of those like Searing Blaze effects are great as well. But he really only has the 4 in the main deck, of course. All right. So Barry going to have the play here again. Paul was able to steal that one on the draw, which is nice. He is going to want to get this win, though. Again, Paul essentially playing for his tournament life here. If Paul loses, he will not be able to qualify for the top 8. If Barry wins, he should be okay to qualify for top 8. I don't think it's a guarantee because his breakers don't seem the greatest. He has the pair down here. All right, he's going to keep. So is Paul. Start things off on a Goblin Guide, revealing a Shaman of the Pack. So Paul at 18. Gonna pick up that Shaman of the Pack. We saw what that did last game. There was 3 of them, in fact. So Paul at 17 now. Gonna fetch up probably a basic forest is my guess. No, isn't it Overgrown Tomb? Wow, he's on a 15. Okay, he's gonna take a bit more damage. Not necessarily the biggest deal, but Barry's got lots to work with here. You got double Boros Charm, double Swift Spear. I feel like just going double Swift Spear this turn is great, and then next turn you have Boros Charm. If you draw like a 1-drop burn spell, oh man, you're just in a great spot. Okay, he goes ahead and grabs a Sacred Foundry. So Barry at 17 now. Excuse me. Yeah, that's a hard one to say, Martin. I don't know. This looks like a pretty solid game in Barry's here right now. There's another attack for 4. Paul falls to 11. Reveals a Chord of Calling. Yeah, Paul's in a rough spot. Double Boros Charm in Barry's hand is just gross. Barry essentially has to dodge like the crazy turn 3 or 4 again from Paul. If it even goes that long. It's not going to go that long. There's an Arc Druid, but yeah, Barry's going to get to go like Boros Charm, puts you to 7. Scalding Tarn. Here's the attack. Turn them all sideways. Paul's at 10 now because of that fetch land as well. If Paul says no blocks, he's dead. Paul gets to pick up a copy of Guiltleaf Palace. That's fine. It's only an attack for 4 at the moment. Paul needs to block or he is just dead. Boros Charm plus 2 Swift Spirit. Yeah, he's had no blocks. Okay. All right, so we're going to a game 3. Barry says, no, you're dead. This is 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. That's 6, which is 10. You're dead. All right. We're going to have a game 3 here between Burn and Elves. This should be a quick one, though, so I'm going to get my spotter to start kind of watching out for a backup match for us. I can't say I'm too surprised that this is a quick matchup. It's 2 very aggressive decks. Just crashing into one another and hoping that their damage comes out ahead. But yeah, that was a game there for Barry for sure. Much better curve out there. The difference now is though, Paul with Elves will now get his chance on the play. He's been on the draw both games so far. Now he gets to take the play and we'll see what he can do with it. This matchup can be very, very play draw dependent for sure. So yeah, we'll see how this one goes. Barry does it every whatever. He doesn't do it any more than he's not allowed to. Ricklesford, thank you for that follow, man. I appreciate that. We will send you a 10% off discount code to top8gaming.com. Welcome to the channel. Again, thank you very much. Paul here taking a mulligan to 6 here pretty quickly, and he doesn't look super happy about it. I can't really say I blame him. Again, his tournament life is on the line right now. He needs this win to have a shot at top 8. needs a win. Barry's got Searing Blaze in hand. This is a good one to have when your opponent's on a multi-6. Barry, I believe, has kept his 7. Paul has kept his 6. We're going to go ahead and start things off here for Paul. He's thinking about his scry, though. Trying to decide where it wants to go. Top or bottom. Little discussion off to the side here. I don't quite know what about. Okay. Barry here is, I don't know, Paul's still thinking about his scry. And he decides to put it on top. Okay, so Paul gets the play. Where are we starting, Paul? We got a 1-drop. We got an Elvish Mystic. Off of a Forest. Barry picks up an Inspiring Bandage for the turn. Going to start it off with a Goblin Guide. It's a good one. The top card was a Dwynen's Elite. Okay, that's what he tanked on. That's fair. That's fair. That's going to give him a couple blockers. Also lets him have access to more elves, obviously. The bodies are good. So that's okay. I can understand taking on that one. Second land, going to be on elves, obviously. There's that elite, of course. That's going to bring along with it a 1/1 elf warrior token. Oh, we're getting frisky here? Oh, we are. Down to 19 goes Barry. Picks up a Boros Charm. Has a second land. He's got a mountain. So he can turn on Searing Blaze. He can kill the Dwynen's Elite. Is that what you want to do here? I don't know. I don't know. The token is just a 1/1. Barry just clarifying that to make sure he's not going to get caught off guard by some giant token out of nowhere. Basic mountain. I think Barry's just trying to decide on what burn spell he wants to use this turn. Again, he's going to go with a Swift Spear, actually. Okay, interesting. This tells me he should have some sort of 1-drop burn spell to protect this Swift Spear. That was a Horizon Canopy that Paul picked up off the Goblin Guide trigger. Paul's going to go and opt for a trade. Ooh, I don't like this block. Yeah, I do not like that block. Barry says, yeah, that's fine. Your token dies, and we'll trade Goblin Guide for Dwynen's Elite. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that block there. Paul needs just a critical mass of elves, and trading them away for a Goblin Guide there, I don't think is a great investment there. But Paul has Coco, it looks like. 4 mana, I got nothing. Darn, go ahead. In my all creature deck, pretty much. That is one of the worst feelings. Your green opponent, who you know plays Collected Company, has 4 mana and just says go. Barry did pick up another land. So I think what I like doing here is I like attacking. I don't like that. I think what I would have preferred here is Barry to attack, let Paul do his Collected Company. Before he gets to go to blocks, though, fire off Searing Blaze at one of the better targets, potentially. I just don't think a Mystic is worth this. You're not getting much out of this. The mana denial against elves is not really a path you want to take. Paul at 17 now with that fetch land. Yeah, sure enough, there's Collected Company. Not a big surprise there. Nothing will save this elf except for like a Burnt Forge Tender or a Selfless Spirit, but I'm hard pressed to see Paul make that trade. Shaman's gonna hit Barry for 4. Barry goes to 15. Mystic will of course die. Paul will go to 14. And Barry just says go. Yeah. Yeah, you could have got like a Shaman of the Pack there, which would have been much better. And it would have forced Paul to also lose his elite if you wanted to kill your Swift Spear. Nettle Sentinel, he took a damage for that. He's at 13. Elvish Archdruid, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 attacking power on board now. Barry is in trouble. What are we doing here? What are we doing? We're getting in for 4. That seems safe. It's barely like a bolt to get rid of this Archer. I don't think he does. So Barry now needs to find his bridges and empty his hand fast. He's going to take 4 here and fall to 11. Yeah, I don't even know if bridge is enough at this point. Barry has a lot of spells in hand that he has to get rid of in this case, and I don't think he can get rid of them fast enough. As it sits right now, Barry is dead on board next turn. He needs another burn spell to deal with one of these elves, or he's just dead on board. Okay, that's a good pickup, though. Lightning Hose is a good draw there. That's going to let him... Okay, I'm definitely saving that until Paul's turn. I don't have any reason to fire that off just yet. I can't imagine the last card in Paul's hand is going to be super relevant here. Arc Druid is definitely the Helix target, of course, and yeah, there it is. So Barry is going to fire it off now. The reason I would have held it, though, is just because of the fact that then my Swift Spear is now a 2-3 instead of a 1-2, and I've got a better block. I think Barry also has a Lava Spike in him that he should play, just to start emptying his hand. Again, I think one of his outs here is going to be... Sure, that's fair, I guess. That's fair. His hand is 2 Charms and 2 Foundries. Okay. So he's debating if he wants to shock here, then is my guess. Yeah, I think you're fine shocking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think, in all honesty, I think I play my shock land, I attack, and I Boros Charm, and I just try to get you dead. I think that's Barry's only choice now. I also think that Paul in that scenario probably chump blocks with the token. Or he could double block with Sentinel and Dwynen's Lead and only lose one of them. Yeah, I think you got to shock it into play here. You take the bit of a hit, but the life gain you got from the Helix kind of gave you a nice little buffer. Oh, does he? Maybe. Oh yeah, I think actually you're right. No, I think the last card in Paul's hand was a Cord because it got revealed to a Goblin Guy trigger. Unless Paul fetched before he picked that up. I can't remember though. So Barry just shocked and passed the turn. So Cord on its own is not enough because he can Cord for a Shaman, but that won't be enough because It will require him to tap 2 of his attackers he has right now. That would only be a drain for 5, which would be to 6. And then at best, Barry's going to go to 4. Actually, that could just be... I don't think Paul wants to pull a trigger right now. I think he honestly just wants to wait. I think that's his best bet. I think he has inevitability. Barry needs a little more reach still. He's got Boros Charm at the end of the turn here, I imagine, which will bring Paul to 9. Even then, with Boros Charm plus 2 mana burn spell, let's say best case here another Boros Charm. That's only going to bring Paul to 1, and then we're just a chump block away. Azuri. That's big game. My camera has lost focus for some reason. It's back. Last card in Paul's hand is Elvish Mystic. Okay, so he must have shuffled away the Cortical that we thought he had. We're getting them all in. Getting them all in here. All right. Boros Charm you. Paul goes to 9. Actually, okay, so Barry's going to block Nettle Sentinel. Paul's going to pay a life, go to 8. Barry rips second or third Boros Charm. It's game over. Paul's thinking about it. I think he knows that. I think he's got that in the back of his mind. He's saying to himself, if Barry has 2 more Boros Charms, I'm just dead. He's going to let Sentinel die. Barry will take 5 and fall to 6. But now Barry is still in trouble here because there is Paul still falls to 8. He wanted to play Mystic instead. So yeah, Barry ripping third Boros Charm here will end this game. Wow, that'd be a gross top deck. Oh man, that would just be disgusting. That is not a Boros Charm. That is a Grafdigger's Cage. That is unfortunately too late. Yeah, Barry's saying this would have been good, before you cocoed. Yeah, Barry just going to scoop it up. He knows he's dead. He doesn't...